This has them terrified by Decoy Voice.
Ever did was get fired for being unfunny. But somehow, the left is more panicked about free speech costing a guy his TV show than free speech costing a guy his life. As this is Kimmel's controversial segment in question.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can.
Hold up, chat, is this why so many people think that he was right-wing? Is this why? Is it because of him? Because I've heard this a lot, like all over like Twitter and stuff. A lot of people on Twitter actually believe this. They're like, oh wow, look at you guys blaming trans people again when it was a right-winger who killed them. And I'm like, wait, what? This doesn't make any fucking sense. Was it actually, it wasn't just him? MSNBC and CNN helped? I see. I'm gonna be real, I don't watch those networks. I don't watch news TV anymore. I get all of my news from Asmongold. But now that I don't get my news from Asmongold, I get it from Decoy Voice. Decoy Voice and Rev, because there's just like, well, actually, I just, whatever news, I get it from X, basically. Whoever posts on X is where I get my news from. And then, you know what I do? Is I look it up, and if it sounds fishy, then I look it up myself, because I don't really trust it.
To score political.
Oh, right, Beanie Man, too. Beanie Man and Patrick Bet-David, that's right.
Points from it.
Where the next day his show's doors were closed as they sent away him and his team. As Nextdoor quickly announced, they object to Jimmy's offensive comments and will no longer air his show for the foreseeable future, which prompted Sinclair to do the same on their ABC stations, making a statement that on Friday they will air a special remembrance of Charlie Kirk instead.
Dude, can you imagine how mad they must be? He gets fired for his bad statements, and then in the slot, they do a special on Charlie Kirk, dude. That's actually like, holy fuck. Like, can you imagine that? Like, man. It's like, it's kind of pandering, right? It's kind of it's almost like, it almost feels to me like it's a, oh guys, we're so sorry, please don't hurt us, right? It's kind of what that's kind of what it seems like. But at the same time, it's like the biggest fuck you to Kimmel. Is it not? It's like, yeah, it is. It's the biggest, like, yeah, it's the biggest rip bozo to Kimmel, dude, like ever. That's crazy. Yeah. He gets fired. His slot gets taken over by a tribute to the guy that he doesn't like. That's fucking cinema, dude. Like, I don't know how, I don't know what else to call it, you know?
Public apology and a personal donation to the Kirk family and Turning Point USA. But judging by the Hollywood Reporter, Jimmy wasn't going to apologize, he was just going to double down.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy,
you know, the thing is I remember, so like late night TV, like you had like Saturday Night Live, you had, Letterman, Leno, you had like all of those dudes, right? And they were definitely left wing. Definitely. They were definitely like more like left wing, right? But even like Jon Stewart, like even if you want to like take Jon Stewart, like Jon Stewart is also like kind of left wing, right? But I feel like they kind of did make fun of both sides. Obviously, like a little bit more. They made fun of Republicans a little bit more and conservatives a little bit more, but like they still made fun of people like on the other side. And they weren't like so fucking like not radical, but like indoctrinated in like the message and stuff. Like it was kind of weird. Like, it was a lot different back then, right? And like now it just seems like it's completely taken over. Like it's just completely like they don't even care about like conservative audiences anymore. Like it's just fully like left wing now, right? Whereas I feel like before, like I could watch like Letterman, I could watch Leno, I could watch Saturday Night Live and still think it was pretty funny, you know? Like, you guys remember the ambiguously gay duo? That was on SNL. Dude, there's no way they could do that again. It's over. Like they could never do the ambiguously gay duo ever again. Yeah, they can't do any of those stuff anymore.
Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
And Trump was right. Jimmy Kimmel, alongside all the left-wing late-night hosts, have been completely slipping out of relevance. And just like any workplace that has an employee that's been completely slipping.
I mean, if you look at the dates, wait, is this like yeah, these are the years, right? And if you look at it, you can kind of just see like this like steady. It's almost as if you tell half of the country like fuck you, if you tell half of the country, you tell reasonable people, you tell like not more than half, right? Because it's not just like conservatives. You tell conservatives and moderates, you tell them to go fuck off. It's almost like obviously your ratings would go down because like people are like, why the fuck would I want to watch that? Why do I want to watch this shit just to get told I'm an asshole all the time and just to get told I'm crazy because I think I think the social distancing thing doesn't make sense. I think that the masking thing obviously doesn't work. Like to the level that they're saying it does. Obviously the vaccine doesn't work to the level that they say it does. And like, it's kind of untested. Like the testing on it is like really, really low. We don't know what the side effects of it. Like they went after people that said shit like that. It's like reasonable ass shit. You know what I mean? And obviously, you have enough people that watch this and they say fuck you to most of their audience. And yeah, of course their ratings would go down. It just makes sense.
Out of relevance. And just like any workplace that has an employee that's slowly declined over time, it's hard to terminate their contract over mediocrity. But given the opportunity, like public backlash over brazenly false information regarding a national tragedy, the bosses will jump on firing you while they can still pass off the blame on everybody else. But leave it to the corporate media to make this business decision about their Trump derangement syndrome, with MSNBC coming out in full force.
Donald Trump's ongoing campaign to crack down on free speech, dominate the media, and essentially render the
Oh yeah. So now you care about free speech after you canceled everyone for their free speech, after you told everybody that, after you deplatformed everybody for even speaking out against like the COVID vaccine, for saying like, oh, the story doesn't make sense. All of those people that you can't, now you care about it. Okay.
First Amendment meaningless.
We are quickly becoming a censorship state.
There will be
Dude, hearing this people say this is so ridiculous, man. It's actually fucking insane. Like it's actually insane. I can't believe
deployment
this.
of law enforcement of the state apparatus.
Congressman on CNN echoing the same nonsense.
Jimmy Kimmel is a late night host. He's a comedian. We have the First Amendment in this country.
By the way, the First Amendment protects you from the government being able to like do anything to you over your free speech. For the speech alone. Obviously, like it's different. Like if you're plotting you have some kind of plot, or you're inciting other people to do things, right? Like obviously, that's a completely different thing, right? But it only protects you from the government, right? And if they say something vile and you're like, oh, I don't want to watch your show anymore, or I'm a platform. I'm not a platform, not because it's kind of different, right? Like TV is different than like YouTube. Let me explain to you how it's different, right? Platforms are different because platforms enjoy protections from the government in terms of the content. They're not liable for the content, right? So like for instance on YouTube, right? If a person on YouTube like posts something like vile, right? They say something like awful, YouTube themselves, or they say something wrong, right? Like say I go on YouTube and I slander somebody, right? YouTube is not liable for my slander because it's a platform, right? And the government gives YouTube protections from being sued for my slander. Does that make sense? Now, it's a little bit different when you're a network because you're picking what goes on there. So there's like a difference between like what's it called? Editorialization. There's a difference between that and a open platform. Open platform, anyone can post stuff, right? Whereas like you couldn't post something on their network, like whatever the CNN, for instance, right? Like I couldn't post something on CNN, right? So CNN is curated. So since CNN is curated by them, they choose what goes on it and what doesn't go on it, which is why you can sue them because they're the ones picking it, right? They're the ones who are putting the content. It's not like a free for all, like YouTube or something like that, right? So it's completely different. Like telling people like, oh, you don't want them to be on the platform and like pushing the platform to like kick them out is completely different than a network doing it. Do you understand the difference, chat? So So them saying like, oh, well, now you want cancel culture after they try to cancel everybody on like social media platforms. is like ridiculous because it's like not even the same thing basically, right? So first off, the people in charge of those networks, they can kick them out, right? They can do whatever they want. They don't have the duty to uphold free speech that a platform does, right? Also on top of that, it's up to us if we want to watch it or not, right? So if like a bunch of us are like, oh well, I don't want to fucking watch it anymore, then that's, what are you gonna do about it? Like, okay, like, well, why would I want to listen to you, like, you know, fucking lying? Like, why are you always lying? I mean, like, why should I want to watch that? I can see with my own eyes like what's happening, and you're gonna tell me that I'm not observing reality when I see what I see, and I can see very clearly the bullshit that you're spewing, right?
It's pretty clear that this is a direct attack on free speech. And
America is a less free place if late night comedians cannot do and say what they want.
They're literally trying to say we're less free if private companies aren't forced to promote their propaganda.
Yeah, basically they're saying that, oh, so they're free to just fucking straight up lie? Like, okay, like that doesn't make any sense, right? We have slander and libel laws for a reason, right?
At a financial loss. As let's be clear, Kimmel's recent comments are mild compared to the deranged things he said before. The corporations didn't suddenly grow a spine, it's just that Kimmel isn't entertaining anymore. As I guarantee, if he was putting out gut-filled numbers, they'd let him get away with anything.
Yeah, they probably wanted to fire him anyway. Because they probably made a calculation that like, dude, it's not worth it saving this guy. It's not making us money. It's not making us that much money, the show. So they're like, probably like, oh, it's not worth it to even like save him. Just fuck him basically at that point. And they use it as an excuse to kick him out.
Because nobody fires an earner. And all these media tears just remind...
Is Colbert out too? Wait, really? Is that real? I didn't even know about this. Did I know about this? I don't know, dude. There's so much news nowadays. I don't fucking know anything anymore. He's been out? Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, I don't think I can handle this much winning. You know, like, it's too much. I'm not used to this. It's just so weird.
Us how they simply have zero actual virtues. Where Western Lensman found the perfect example on
It was a costly win. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
MSDNC.
And this is just the latest chapter in Donald Trump's ongoing campaign to crack down on free speech, dominate the media, and essentially render...
Well, are we winning? Are we actually winning? Well, I think a little bit more than before. Think about things like 2 years ago. You know, aside from the fact that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I think culturally things are shifting. And I think it's very obvious that it is, right? Like finally things are finally becoming, well, not really becoming, it's more like people are starting to be fed up with it, right? And because people are fed up with it, people are finally putting their foot down.
The First Amendment meaningless. Tucker Carlson, just fired from his third network, he believed he could say anything, no matter how vile, no matter how disgusting, no matter how offensive, no harm.
Listen to these guys. Listen to how retarded they are. This is unreal. Like,
or dehumanizing or belittling. And if you act like a sociopath over and over and over and over, you will become unpopular on the national stage.
You mean like that? You mean like that? Ooh.
That's just like a basic principle. Over time, probably not going to work out well for you in the long run.
It's almost like you could cut the Chiron and stock images off the clips, swap the audios, and he easily could be talking about Kimmel, where these left-wing news personalities have become the equivalency of ESPN's Stephen A. Smith.
Someone should do that. Someone should do that, and somebody should swap it and just see like what people say. Like someone should just make like an edit where it looks like he's talking about something else, and then it's not actually that. Oh, it'd be so great. It would be so great, actually. Nurseron, thank you so much. Thank you for the sub. Thank you.
As he's not paid to be objective about sports reporting, he's paid because if you told him to fill 20 minutes of TV time about why Tom Brady is overrated, he could easily follow it up with 20 minutes of TV time of why Tom Brady is the greatest. That's fine with sports gossip, but just proves that left-leaning media doesn't care about the truth or values, just whatever narrative they're currently force-feeding their audience. So of course CNN goes back to fear-mongering.
It is outrageous. It's a page right out of Xi's playbook. It doesn't matter whether you agree with Kimmel or not. He has the right to free speech. And so it is just outrageous. It is indicative of autocracy, and I am just outraged by it. Again, this is what dictators do. This is what Xi would do. This is what Putin would do.
This is hilarious. Guys, how many times has it happened when the left has done something and it's been like, you sure you guys want to do this? Because I guarantee you this is going to come back. This is going to come back and this is going to fuck you up. Like, you don't even know the fucking Pandora's box. How many Pandora's boxes are the left going to open? Like, how many are they going to open at this point? Because they keep doing this. They keep like stepping over the line. And people are like, you just changed like everything, right? Like, because you just made that fair game. And they're like, fuck it, we're going to do it anyway. And then right after, like literally like within a couple years, it hits them right back in the face, like every single time.
MSNBC is even worse.
I built a Holocaust museum with survivors. I've also read a whole lot about authoritarian regimes. This is the playbook, folks.
The Democrat governor from Illinois actually just tried to compare the Holocaust to an unfunny comedian getting his show canceled. Not only is this incredibly disrespectful, but just reveals how desperate the Democrats have become, as Jimmy Kimmel is just another one of their guys added to a long list of idiots that lost their
Do you guys remember Don Lemon got a job at X, like where Elon Musk was like trying to reach out to creators from like both sides to like kind of push like X video or whatever. And then Don Lemon did one interview. He got an interview with Elon Musk. And at the end of the interview, Elon Musk was like, nope, get the fuck out of here. He's like, don't want you anymore. You're retarded. I was like, oh my God.
Wing platform, as that last one has been freaking out over this online.
Jimmy Kimmel, they're trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel.
Thanks,
I'm sure
Colin.
you've heard the news by now. The folks who are complaining about killing comedy are killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about canceling people are canceling people.
Which is funny because on an Instagram account with 1.6 million followers, he was just going live to a total of 600 people. This guy used to have his own show on primetime cable, and now he's out there making TikToks. The funniest thing Jimmy Kimmel ever did was get fired for being unfunny.
You've seen the outrage from the right, and
ooh, this guy was on late night. I mean, not late night. This guy was on like actual TV. This guy's actually famous. Man, he used to be on freaking TV.
What he cares about. So it kind of makes sense that all these mainstream media personalities are panicking over Jimmy's cancellation because it's just a sign that they might be the next Don Lemon. But nobody should feel bad for Jimmy losing his livelihood, or anybody on his staff for that matter, as his show previously celebrated Tucker Carlson's cancellation.
Fox News has severed bow ties with Tucker Carlson after all these years. They are parting ways, which means he was fired. I mean, that's really what parting ways means. What a shock. I mean, what an absolutely delightful shock this is.
Laughed about Roseanne's cancellation.
And the biggest story of the day today was Roseanne. Roseanne, you're not going to believe this, but she tweeted something outrageous. I know.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
Oh, yeah?
The president did it, too. It's crazy. Anyway, ABC decided to cancel.
As he even made memes about Trump losing his ability to speak freely, but most importantly, advocated for the cancellation of you.
Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo? Rest in peace, Wheezy. You're...
Man, what a fucking asshole.
Laughing at hospitals denying care to anybody that didn't listen to his propaganda is probably why people stopped listening to him. The funny part is, if the network didn't cancel his show, the left likely would have, eventually, as South Park had to cancel their upcoming episode for reasons, and now leftists online are calling to cancel anything Disney related, which is hilarious, as they always eventually turn on each other.
That's so true.
Again, proving no matter how many years of representation, inclusion, and progressive intent, they're always one step away from failing the left's ever-changing purity test.
Yep.
As once you bend the knee to the woke mob, you'll eventually be on...
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Once you bend the knee to the woke mob, you'll eventually be on...
Oh, fuck yeah, guys. Subscribe to Decoy Voice. Love the videos. I'm gonna link it to you guys over here. Man, that's actually... Oh, dude. I just gotta say, like, it's never worth it. It's never worth it at all to pander to freaking to psycho leftists. Basically, it's never worth it, because it's like they said in the video. It's like Decoy said in the video that you're never gonna pass their never-ending purity test. It's just hurdle after hurdle after hurdle, right? And the reason why is because they can't agree with anybody. I mean, they can't really get along with anybody that doesn't 100% agree with them. And you see this a lot on the conservative side, where there's a lot of disagreements on a lot of things. Some of those things are pretty major. But on the left, if like you disagree with them, then you're basically excommunicado after even a basic like for instance, you can't even disagree with the trans kids thing, right? Or like the trans sports thing. Like you can't even like disagree with that. You can't even disagree. You can't even say, "Oh yeah, that was terrible that a person died." Like you can't. Like if you say that, they go after you. We've seen this. We've seen like creators be like, "Yeah, you know, it's a tragic thing that like Charlie Kirk died," and like their own audience ate them alive over it. It's so bad that it's like you cannot function with these people unless you're like 100% pure, right? Whereas on the you know, again with conservatives, it's like we disagree on shit all the time. That's just how we are, right? So it's kind of like I'm just being real. I'm glad I'm not like I'm not pandering to those people at all. Like I'm glad. I don't give a fuck, honestly. Like I went from like I kind of cared, like as in like, oh, but you know, like these people were like, you know, they've watched me for a while and I care about them being mad at me over stuff. I went from that to like I just full on don't give a fuck anymore. I just like don't care. If you're gonna say that like I'm a hateful person, I just don't care anymore. Like, you know, say whatever you want. Call me Hitler, call me Nazi, whatever the hell that you want. I just don't care anymore. Yeah, fuck them, basically.